Nitai Gaur, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Haribo. Welcome. Nice to see you. Special event. Exciting. There's going to hold on to your seats. There's going to be a lot of people. Like possibly 3 times what's normally here. So if you've got a seat, keep it. You're going to fill up really quick. I can tell Joe's here already. Or is that outside? Oh, the other Joe. I thought I heard a bird. Are we on? We're on. Haribo. Namaste, everybody. Welcome. Namaste. Welcome. Thank you all for coming. I'm just going to do 15 minutes and then Amir will do his beautiful Gauranga relaxation. Mindfulness meditation. We have a special couple of things happening today for celebrating Krishna's Janmastami appearance day. A wonderful celebration. So that'll be amazing. And we're going to have is it a slideshow, Amir? I think presentation. Anyway, so the first 2, anyone who needs mantra sheets are up there, water's up there, everything's up there. If you need it, it's up there. Toilet's over there, but everything else is up there. Toilet's there, and everything else you need's over there. So the first 2 I'm just going to do is offering our respects to our spiritual teacher, as we always do before we chant these beautiful mantras, because that's our origin of these mantras. So the first 2 won't be on the sheets, so don't worry, and then the rest will be. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shrimate Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shrimate Siddhaswarupananda Bhaj Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Bhaktivinoda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Bhaktivinoda Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Haribo, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Haribo. Your turn. Haribo, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Haribo. Goranga, 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 Haribo, Goranga, 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 Haribo, Goranga, 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 Haribo, Goranga, 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 Haribo, Goranga, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gauranga, 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 Haribo. 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 Haribo, Nitai go, Nitai go, Haribo, Haribo, Nitai go, Nitai go, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai go, Nitai go, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai go, Nitai go, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai go, Nitai go, Haribo, Haribo, Nitai go, Nitai go, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai go, Nitai go, Haribo, Haribo, Nitai go, Nitai go, Haribo, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Go. Haribo, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Haribo, Haribo. Beautiful. Thank you, everyone. Welcome again. And I'd like to invite Amir up to do his beautiful Goranga. Thank you.
All right. Namaste, everyone. And welcome to Gokula House, everybody. And especially those of you who are here for the first time. So today we have a very special celebration called Janmastami, Shri Krishna Janmastami, which is the appearance of Shri Krishna in this world. Our dear friend Tadatmanadas is going to talk about that. So very looking forward to that. And what I'm going to do at this stage is just to do a mindfulness practice called Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi is a Sanskrit sentence actually, and it means I'm not the matter, I'm the spirit soul. So in this practice we are going to identify who we really are, right? Which is an amazing question to be answered. So without further ado, please sit very comfy for me, very relaxed. Shoulders back, heads upright, and gently close your eyes. So, in this practice, we are going to find out our real identity. Majority of people are born in this world, live their life, and die without even inquiring about their existence, or if they have this question, without properly finding an answer. Yet, this question of who am I is the most important question that everybody should be asking themselves and should find an authentic answer to during their lifetime. And guess what? The answer to this question impacts every aspect of your life and can often allow you to plan a happy life, a true happy life, not just momentary happiness. Who am I? This is a visualization practice. I want you to, while you have your eyes closed, step back from the body, look at your body, and go over every features of your body, like your hair, your face, your arms and hands, dimensions, how tall you are and stuff like that, how chubby or skinny you are. Now, I want you to go back 15 years in time and do the same thing on your body back then. Perhaps you can bring in mind a photograph of yourself back then or something like that, and follow the same process. Go over your hair back then. Do you notice any gray hair or lost hair today that you didn't have back then? Your face. Do you notice any wrinkles on your face today that you didn't have 15 years ago? Arms and legs and height and how chubby or skinny you were back then. We're going to do the same process. This time we are going back to our childhood. You are a 3 or 4-year-old child, and you are going to go over your body back then. We all have some photographs of our childhood, might be black and white for some of us, or color, whatever. So just bring in mind one of those photographs of yours, that tiny cute child body or even baby body, doesn't matter. That's not the point. So follow the same process. Go over the hair, face, quite different look, yeah? The height, hips shorter, those tiny arms and fingers, and little tiny child body. I give you a medical sign, a fact from medical science, and then I tell you the point. So according to medical sciences, through the process of metabolism, old cells die, new cells come, and every often we've got a new organ. We've got an organ renewed through the process of cell renewal. For example, every 6 weeks, all the molecules in our liver are replaced with the new ones. Every 1 year, we almost get a new set of bones. And every 5 to 7 years, nearly all the molecules in our body are replaced with new ones. Meaning that your childhood body doesn't actually exist today. But you do. You keep existing. Ask yourself the question, am I my body? Well, you may wonder, if I'm not the body, perhaps I'm my mind. But we often say my mind is driving me crazy, which is one of the things that indicate our lack of full control over our mind. Therefore, we can't be something we don't have control over. So we can't be our mind either. Who am I then? If I'm not the body, if I'm not the mind, who am I? Don't look for the answer in university books, because university books are about material science. But you are not material. You are eternal. According to Bhagavad Gita, we are all effulgent, eternal, spiritual beings, unborn and undying, temporarily living in this body, using this wonderful mind. That is an amazing lesson to realize. This is the true knowledge, I'm telling you. This is the true knowledge. question is, why am I failing to find happiness I have always longed for? Well, the answer resides in the same insight we just found out. Because we are misidentifying ourselves. Thus, we are misidentifying what makes us happy. What makes us happy, real us, Atma, or spiritual personalities, is yoga. Word yoga means union with the Supreme. And how we can do that is through calling up his names: Krishna, Gopala, Gauranga. These are not material sound vibrations. These mantras or yoga sounds are spiritual sounds, allowing us to experience yoga, which is the transcendental happiness we have always longed for. So without further ado, in the next 5 minutes we are going to do a type of meditation called attentive listening meditation, which actually means to fully listen and immerse our heart and mind on the beautiful transcendental yoga sound. Radha Krishna. These are the mantras we are going to immerse on. Radha Krishna. Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna. Can you please join me in saying Radha Krishna? Radha. Wonderful. Krishna. Radha. Krishna. Radha. Don't be shy. Krishna. Radha. Krishna. Radha. Krishna. Radha. Krishna. Radha. Krishna, Radha, Krishna. Two more times. Radha, Krishna. Last one. Radha, Krishna. Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. Please bring your focus back to the room. And if you like, you can gently open your eyes, probably putting your palm together, creating some nice warmth, and massage your face. All right, perfect. Thank you so much. I now would like to invite my dear friend Tadat Manadas to come and give us a talk about Janmastami. Hari Bol, Namaste.
Apparently there's a video to show later. After dinner, Radha Krishna Das talking about Janmastami, and I don't want to I don't want to step on his toes. So, but I will talk about Krishna. So this is Plan B. All right, so when we say the sound vibration Krishna, depending on where a person's coming from, they will perceive it in a different way. You know, some people will hear the sound Krishna, and depending on how they've spent their life so far, there will be an almost an aversion to hearing it because it contradicts what they may believe or may have heard. Some people may have the opinion that Krishna is just a mythological Hindu character that appeared 5,000 years ago, like that. Some people may think of Krishna as being the Hindu god who has nothing to do with their particular way of seeing things. So, to try and dispel that, we should take the time to understand what that sound vibration means. And maybe that can help change a person's opinion from a resistant opinion to a more positive, accepting opinion. The sound Krishna relates to the original cause of all causes. There's only one, there's not many. There's not a Muslim one, there's not a Christian one, there's not a Hindu one. There's only one supreme cause of all causes, appearing in different ways, in different cultures, in different times in history, just according to his sweet will. Sometimes revealing a partial aspect, sometimes revealing a more detailed aspect. Krishna means that supreme being who is completely complete in all things. There's no limitation there. You know, in this world, everyone has this, you may find different people and there may be different varying degrees of beauty. But it's never perfect beauty. There's always some flaw. People say, oh, this is the most beautiful woman in the world, and I have a picture of this woman. Oh, they may have worked on Photoshop to make it even look even better. But even then, you know, you go to the body of that person, there's imperfections. Ultimately, that body will die. It's like a bubble. It's appearing, and it will one day pop. It'll be gone. So everyone has a certain amount of beauty, but in the sound Krishna, it means that individual who is completely complete in all beauty. There's nothing lacking in the beauty of the Supreme. All powerful. You know, we see different personalities in this world with some sort of power. You know, different individuals rise up and fall. At the moment, we have a crazy Mr. Putin trying to show his power by exploiting the poor Iranian people. He shouldn't be doing that. But he's trying to exhibit himself as being powerful, you know, the Russian leader, you know, whatever he sees himself as. But we know in time that even he will diminish, just like all the tyrants of the past. They don't last too long. So their power is very limited. Or you may get a person who, you know, old Arnie. You know, I'll be back, Arnie. Very strong, you know, bodybuilder, powerful body. But it's fading. You look at him now, he's older than I am. It's all fading, you know. But in the sound, Krishna is complete power. Krishna describes himself a little in the Bhagavad Gita, where he puts forward that he enters into the hearts of all living entities as what is called Paramatma, or the super soul, or I think in Christianity they call the Holy Ghost. That aspect of the Supreme, the Divine that is with all of us, and travels with all of us as long as we're in this material world. So you're never alone. You have this body on now, and within the core of your heart, sitting there with you. It's described like two birds sitting on a tree. We're the active bird. We are the bird that will experiment with the fruit of the tree. We'll eat the fruit and suffer the reaction, whether it's good or bad. It may be a poisonous fruit, it may be a healthy fruit. But either way, there's a reaction, and this is called karma. So we're the active bird. We're the one that keeps tied to this material world. Krishna is described, or the Paramatma is described as the bird that sits here, just as your best friend, very patiently, waiting for you to turn. Say, should I be doing this? I mean, we all have that experience in life, don't we? We go through our life, yeah, and sometime or other a question mark will come up where you have to ask quite sincerely within the core of your being, should I do this activity? What should I be doing? And we try and listen very hard for an answer. We try and look very around for some sign of what action to take. So this is a subconscious recognition, you know, that my best friend is there, he's sitting there with me. So that's the smallest part of Krishna's power. He expands within the heart of all living beings as the Supreme Super Soul. He goes even further. He is the active potency of every single atom. Within the action of the atom is a potency, and that is Krishna himself, expanded. All expansive, all powerful. He enters into each planet within the universe, and by his potency they float and stay in their orbits. This is all described in the Bhagavad Gita. When Krishna talks to us in the Bhagavad Gita, he's not lying. He's not an egocentric maniac, just saying, I am so great, I am more powerful. No. He's just telling us how it is. I am the original cause of all causes. From me come remembrance and forgetfulness. Yeah, he goes into he gives little hints about his potency. So Krishna, all beautiful, all powerful, all wealthy. There's no limit to Krishna's wealth. All loving. You know, we've all probably heard the phrase, how the Supreme loves us unconditionally. There's an unconditional aspect to real love. And in this world, we're trying to find it in the eyes of our partners and different personalities that may appear in this world. And yes, there may be a little love there. There's no doubt. But it won't last long. The person you're loving, again, is like a bubble. And one day it's going to pop. Or you'll pop. You have to leave your body behind. It's called death. And death closes a whole show down and off we go again. Back to the womb. Let's try again. Depending on our consciousness, we'll enter the womb of a particular mother and try it all again. Looking for that one who's going to love me unconditionally. Well, you know, people talk about their soulmate. We kind of laugh at it a little because there is no such thing in the material world. But you do have a soulmate, and that is Krishna. Krishna is the original soulmate of all living beings, loving you unconditionally, eternally. It doesn't matter you've come into this world and you're doing all kinds of weird activities, whatever you may be doing, whatever I may be doing. He's not judging, like a parent who doesn't judge their child. There's unconditional love there. That's why it's described that the closest in this material world to unconditional love is a mother's love for her child. It is generally bordering on that capacity. So, Krishna has unconditional love for us. He's all loving and all lovable. The sweetest of all, the most kind, the most gentle. All these qualities in full. A lot of devotees, a lot of lovers of Krishna, they have a feeling within themselves when they chant that my voice is so coarse when I'm chanting your names, it must hurt your ears. I'm sorry, I apologize. Because they know Krishna's softness. They know how sweet he is. The Supreme Purusha, it means the Supreme Dominator is Krishna. In that sense, we're all feminine. We are Radha, in that sense. We are the Hari, the living beings, the innumerable living beings. If you want to put a gender to it, we would be the feminine aspect of Krishna, regardless of what sort of bodies we have on here. In other words, we're dominated over. But that is not a negative thing in spiritual life. It's simply the opposite side to the same coin. Krishna is the supreme dominator, or lovable object, and we're the supreme dominated, or loved object. And it's hard to tell who enjoys the most. Yeah. We should try and understand that this sound vibration Krishna is the sound representation of the absolute truth completely. There's no other sound that comes near it in that concept. It's not saying that to say Krishna is better than saying Gokula or Allah or Jehovah. It's not saying that at all. It's just saying that Krishna fully describes the Supreme without limitation. There are other sound vibrations we can say. I just said Allah, no problem with saying Allah. It means that one who is all compassionate upon the living beings. So within compassion is love for us. So there's no problem. It's a beautiful name of the Supreme. In the contemporary Christian world, we have sound vibrations and names like Eloi, that one who is my dearest friend. There's no dearer friend than Eloi. So there's nothing wrong with that. Personally, we don't say these names so often, but there's certainly no aversion to it. All right, so shall we carry on? So you've probably forgotten what I'm saying. It's sad. It's sad. This is what the material world does to us. It puts us in a position of lamentation, puts us into embarrassing positions of life. Our connection with the material energy is there because of our personal freedom to act individually and independently. It's described in the Yoga Sutras that we were all originally in the spiritual sky. You have your spiritual life there, it's still with you. But just like the distraction of that woman then, it becomes clouded by something else. Either the cry of a baby or the rantings of someone whose mind is a bit disturbed. So it is like that. This material world is full of distractions for the living entity, and we do get distracted by it. Everything is presenting itself as Krishna. Everything is coming up and saying, if you enjoy this, you'll be happy. Whether it's through advertising, whether it's whatever medium it may appear to us through. But this is our problem here. We follow these promises this world gives us, and inevitably we're not going to be happy. So our business here is that we try and turn people back to Krishna, or whatever name you want to use, Eloi, Jehovah, Allah. It doesn't matter. There's no hard and fast rules. There is only one supreme cause of all causes. And you already have your eternal relationship with that supreme cause of all causes, that divine personality. It's already there. It's described in our past because of our individual independence. We make a choice to come into the material energy. And when we come, Krishna advises us, my dear friend, it is not a very nice place for you to be. But he never forces us, you see, because love is never based on force. So if we're like spoiled kids who want to, run around the candy shop, off we go. He doesn't stop us, but he warns us against it. But like, excited children, it's glittering, it must be cool. There's beautiful glitter there, so I'll go there. And yeah, the material world does glitter. There's all kinds of shiny things here, but it's all like broken glass when you get into it. I say it like that because it does not satisfy you for long. The most amount of time in this material world you can enjoy something is the length of your own body. And when that finishes, you have to move on into another situation. The problem is that you're eternal. You need an eternal connection. You need an eternal loving relationship. Eternal, not temporary. Yeah. So Krishna is the reservoir of all of that. This is why we chant the names Krishna. And Krishna himself appeared as he is 5,000 years ago to display who he was for our benefit, to speak Bhagavad Gita to us as a text, as a Vedic or yoga text, to navigate the difficult situations that may arise in this material world. Yeah. So, what we are offering is a very simple thing. We're basically saying that you don't need the Australian School of Meditation Yoga. You don't need Gokula House here. You don't need anything, but you do need Krishna. You do need the Supreme. And simply by chanting the names of the Supreme, you can attain the Supreme. And even though it seems so simplistic, it's actually the absolute truth. And it's because the names of the Supreme are full of all transcendental potency that if you're chanting the names of the Supreme in the core of your heart, in a loving attitude, there will be a result, evolving by itself. The analogy I like to use is if you're cold on a winter's morning, it's a clear morning, so you know the sun's coming up. But before the sun comes up, you're shivering. So you take the trouble to sit in that part of your house where the sun comes through in the morning. Maybe, it comes through the window. And what happens? You immediately start warming up. Now, you didn't have to believe it would warm you. You didn't have to not believe. You just went and did that activity. You took your body and sat it down at the window where the sun comes through, and it warms you up. The same with chanting. If you take chanting and apply it, there will be an effect, and the effect is very purifying. It makes it so you gradually begin to see yourself as you are, not as you think you may be. That means that if I'm thinking I'm a man, gradually through chanting I realize I'm not. This is not my identity. I'm an eternal spark of life temporarily in this material body. I have my spiritual form. You have your spiritual form, but it's covered by material energy. That is our real position, our real essence. So chanting reveals that. And it goes even further. The more you chant, the deeper it gets. You chant for a while, and ultimately you'll see the Supreme face to face. When that occurs, your heart is captured again. You've seen the most beautiful of all. There's nothing more perfect. Everything else seems quite dull in comparison. It thrills you on a spiritual level. And then by continuing chanting, you see, it's not that chanting is a means to find an end. No, chanting is there, and once you start, it's eternal. It continually expands. So then finally you come to the point of, through the chanting, you understand the eternal pastimes of the Supreme, and you join the Supreme in those loving pastimes. And this is your eternal position. So I'm talking a little above the board perhaps, but just trying to give a glimpse. Now, everything I'm saying, please try to understand, I have not made this up. It is passed down through Yoga Sutra. Yoga Sutra meaning basically the teaching, what God has told us personally, what the Supreme has put there. The Yoga Sutras, the Yoga texts are there. Bhagavad Gita is there, Srimad Bhagavatam is there, Sri Upanishad is there, all the different Yoga Sutras. And they're all pointing to the same direction. My dear friend, make your goal in life to redevelop, uncover again your dormant love for the Supreme. Make that your goal of life. Anything under that standard, abandon it. Have two major principles in your life. One, always remember the Supreme. Two, never forget the Supreme. So that's the goal we strive for. And it is easily achievable through the chanting of the holy names of the Supreme. All right? So it's a vast subject matter, and there's a lot of ways of coming to it, a lot of different angles we can come to it from. All I'm trying to do here is give a small glimpse into who Krishna is, what Krishna is. That Krishna is the supreme original cause of all causes. The same as Jehovah, the same as Allah. No different, just different names of the same personality And these different sounds describe different attributes and qualities, that's all. Like Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana. They all have different meaning. But Krishna we take as a pinnacle because, and like I said, it's not that it's better than Allah, it's not that it's better than Govinda. It's just completely complete, that's all. Everything on the spiritual platform is equally potent. All right, we'll start chanting. All right, my friends, so a little food for thought, we hope. Something to think about. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hari Hari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. All right, so in a second they're going to be bringing some food out, so we can. After that, there'll be at about 6:30ish. There'll be, I think, Radha Krishna Das's video on Janmastami, and that's followed by more chanting. So I think myself and Jiva Krishna Das after that. Okay, so while we're waiting, we can carry on chanting. How long we got to go? 5 minutes. Okay. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. 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 Gopala, Gopala, Gopala. Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. 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 Haribol, guys. All right. Let's do some eating and get this eating out of the way, and we can get back to chanting. Haribol. We'll just start chanting. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine. Namo Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gora Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhatta Vrinda. Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Haribol. Nityananda Balaram, Nityananda Balaram, Nityananda Balaram, Haribol. Haribol Nitai Goranga, Nitai Goranga, Haribol. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare voice. Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala, 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 Govinda, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala, 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 Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana. So these different names we have, we're chanting Gopala, Govinda. Go in the truest sense refers to the cows, but it also refers to our senses. So Gopala, Govinda, you know, we always have trouble with our mind and our senses. They're the six enemies within. It's described we only have six enemies in life, and they're all within. The uncontrolled mind and the five senses. The five senses are always tugging at the mind. Try this will make you happy. Try that'll make you happy. So sometimes we have difficulty in controlling. So we call out Gopala, Govinda. He who maintains the senses, he who controls the senses, please help me. Please give me assistance here, because I'm on my own, I'm lost. Yeah? So we cry out Gopala, Govinda. Rama. Basically that one that gives transcendental pleasure to anyone that approaches. So simply by approaching the Supreme, we feel a type of happiness that is actually beyond any material comparison. And this is the real meaning of the word Rama. Madana Mohana. Actually, I shouldn't say the real meaning because there's many meanings. Madana Mohana. Krishna is very beautiful, like I was describing earlier. The only reason we have beauty in this world is because there is a reservoir to all that beauty, and that is Krishna himself. So Madana Mohana basically states how Krishna is more beautiful than millions of cupids combined. His transcendental beauty is beyond comparison. So Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana. We're going to do a chant now, Madana Mohana Murari. And we're going to chant it all together. Madana Mohana Murari. Madana Mohana, like I said, the reservoir of all beauty. And Murari was, actually there was once a great demon who would confuse everyone and put them in illusion. He's called the Mura demon. And basically that's how this material world works on us. It puts us in illusion. It makes it seem that something is real when in fact it's not at all. You know, we look at different issues in our life. You know, like it's like when you're a child, things that held dear then, they were real to you at the time, but now that you're an adult, they're so of so little consequence and significance, right? So almost like an illusion you were in when you're a child, you know? So that's how our life is. But when you're in the illusion, you don't think you are. This is the great meaning of the word mura. So murari is he who destroys, he who burns to ashes the illusion that covers us. So we see ourselves as we are. So Madana Mohana Murari. May that reservoir of all beauty please give me protection against the onslaught of this material world. All right. So, like I said, we can all chant. Either you can listen if you get tired, or you can join in. But pretty much we chant all the way through. There's a breathing space at the end, so yeah. Medana Mohana Murari. Medana Mohana Murari. Haribo, Haribo, Haribo. Medana Mohana Murari. Medana Mohana Murari. Haribo, Haribo, Haribo. Medana Mohana Murari. Medana Mohana Murari. Haribo, Haribo, Haribo. Medana Mohana Murari. Medana Mohana Murari. Haribo, Haribo, Haribo. Medana Mohana Murari. Medana Mohana Murari. Haribo, Haribo, Haribo. Medana Mohana Murari. Medana Mohana Murari. Haribo, Haribo, Haribo. Medana Mohana Murari. Mohana Murari Vedana Mohana Murari Haribo 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 Vedana Mohana Murari Vedana Mohana Murari Haribo Haribo Haribo. One more. Vedana Mohana Murari Vedana Mohana Murari Haribo Haribo Haribo. All right, we'll just do one more, then we'll invite our friend Jiva Krishna Das to come up, finish off. So, for you, that are new here, you might have heard chanting. You hear Chaitanya Gauranga, Krishna Chaitanya. Krishna Chaitanya is Krishna himself. He's known as a Yuga avatar who appeared only 500 years ago. So he came after Krishna. Krishna appeared again, and it's very rare that he does appear at this time. But it's all forecasted in the Yoga Sutras that he will appear. The same Krishna will appear with a golden complexion and be known as Chaitanya or Gauranga Chaitanya. So he appeared specifically. There were several reasons for his appearance, but what we are concerned with is that he came to play the part of one of us. He came to show us how to actually approach Krishna. So Krishna is coming to show us how to approach him. So his main thing, his only thing, was to chant. He said, if you chant, this is all pleasing to me. In this age of Kali Yuga, in this age of quarrel, confusion, chaos, and hypocrisy, there is no other way to deliverance or release from the material world than to chant the holy names of the Lord. So 3 times for emphasis he made it. Lord Chaitanya would always chant when he was here, and his whole desire is that we follow that method. You exist and your supreme friend exists, and you can have that connection simply by chanting the holy names. And like we were saying earlier, it's non-sectarian. It doesn't matter where these names are coming from. If they're coming from any bona fide shastra, like the Quran or the Bible, it doesn't matter. These are all names of God. And all of these shastra advise us, take shelter in the names of the Lord. one should utter the 1001 names of Allah. You know, save us, O Lord, by thy name. We've heard these sayings, you know, but practically speaking, very few people actually get up and do it. So what we do, we try and put it into practice and try and encourage you to put it into your own practice in your privacy of your own home, in your own space. So simply, anytime you're alone, feeling down, feeling happy, feeling sad, doesn't matter. Add the chanting and things get inexplicably better. All right. Chaitanya Nityananda, 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 Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana, 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 Govinda Rama Madana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Nityananda, 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 Chaitanya Nityananda. All right, guys. Jiva Krishna Das, come up and chant us out to 8 o'clock. Thank you.
Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Radha, Madana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Radha, Madana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Radha, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Radha, Mohana, 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 Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Gopala, Govinda, Radha, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Radha, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Radha, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, 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 Radha, Mohana. Oh, Hari Om, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So, I just want to say, I don't know if everybody experienced something similar, but earlier, listening to the different talks about Krishna we've had tonight, and during the slideshow, was it a slideshow? The video presentation, and a little basic summary about the story of Krishna's appearance. It was, I was thinking to myself how fortunate we are, even in just that little moment or of watching. Did anybody feel something special while that was going on, or am I the only? I'm sure I'm not the only one. Yeah, but it just reminded me how fortunate, anybody who saw that presentation, and especially those who appreciate it in a deeper way, how fortunate we are that we can come into the presence of Krishna like that. Sometimes people think, I don't know if anybody's ever thought this, sometimes people think, how can God come to the world? What do you mean, God comes to the world? Not only can he come, he must come. Otherwise, say somebody's out there and we all hear about, you've got to love God and so on. How are you going to do that? How do we do that unless we have some way of focusing? You can't just, that's why, unfortunately, sometimes people, they don't accept the names and the form of Krishna, the spiritual form of the Supreme Person. They don't accept it. They think that God is just this vague mystery, cloud, spirit, intangible, unknowable, something there, but we're not sure what it is. How can you possibly focus on that? It's very, very difficult. So that's why it said that Krishna comes as his names, and we focus on his names like we do all the time. But especially once a year we focus on his actual appearance, when Krishna actually came into this world in his original form. And that story we heard earlier, just really reminded me of it in a very more tangible way, in a sense, that we could see the different pictures that different devotees of Krishna have painted and so on. So again, I just want to mention that, it's nothing extraordinary that Krishna comes to this world. He must come. He has to come. It's just like, when the kids are in trouble, the parents come and they help, and they say, I'm here, it's okay. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana, Mohana, 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 Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Gopala, 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 Govinda, 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 Gopala, 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 Govinda, 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 Gopala, 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 Govinda, 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 Gopala, 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 Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, so sorry to call it a night, everybody, but that's it. If anybody wants to stay around for a little bit longer for a chai, you're welcome. And other than that, thank you all for coming, and I hope you had a nice time. And we'll be here again next week. Haribol. Thank you.